Hey everyone, it's Mary Carbundance, and today we're going straight into some impressions, what I eat now. Yeah, that was somewhere like when we were visiting David's sister and we were having this as breakfast. The thing is, I could not have had a delicious breakfast if I had to be vegan. Like, this was with skyr, like we just have to face it, there's not always going to be vegan options around. Most of the times, yes, but not all of the times. And maybe then if you have to stay vegan, then you will eat something that you don't actually crave, and that's per se restriction. This also, I basically ate half of all of the cake also later when I got home. Just some impressions of what I eat nowadays. By the way, also, yeah, we're going into what I ate 1 year ago. You know, the first steps of like really tipping the toe into real recovery. You know, it's not a black coffee, it's with plant milk. Well, yeah, some strawberries. What I wanted to say is I am having COVID. I actually lost my sense of taste and smell completely, and that is for me like walking the talk 100,000%. I'm just really making it my priority task to not change anything about, you know, I just keep the eating coming. You see here like a milkshake, it's kind of like, yeah, you saw it on the picture before, on bread. Why did I put it on bread? Well, it's actually because I was kind of scared to eat it just by itself. I felt like with the bread it might fill me up more, and I was at that point still very, very anxious of, well, I feel addicted to these foods, they have so much power over me. And I could not believe that that was because they were so novel, and that was because I was still in an energy deficit, which now they really don't have this power over me anymore. I don't feel addicted to them at all. I don't even crave them as much anymore, but not because I restrict them, but just because I have had tons of these foods. You know, you will see throughout the year what I had. So you see here, I had these spurts of, okay, now I gotta eat something healthy. Like you saw the stinging nettles there, the whole, you know, like balanced plant-based meal kind of thing. These are things I screenshotted because they were on offer, and I made the point of going there, getting it, buying it, and then eating it. Yeah, also, again, like you see the carrot in this oatmeal, it was the attempt of getting in more nutritious foods, because I was not at the point where I felt like I could trust my body yet. You saw this coconut yogurt, also something that I feared very much before, because, you know, basically very fatty vegan food. And, you know, also coconut, I was not sure about the saturated fats and stuff, which is so crazy to think about it now. Had the vegan Magnum ice cream, very, 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 very cool. You know, cool step, very important step, cool step, because, you know, I knew I also had to get around to eating the original normal Magnum, but that was so much more than nothing. But I knew, like, I need to be able to eat any kind of ice cream, because I need to be able to eat without restriction in any kind of moment. Quasi Recovery. Cheese was such a huge fear for me in my eating disorder, and the way I overcame it was through exposure. I had to challenge it again and again, and that's also something I really had to do. The reason I ate the animal products, the reason I had to stop being vegan, even though at heart I am still as much vegan, is because I want to get to a point where I can be vegan for only the right reasons, and I'm still believing that that is possible, and I'm very much, you know, feeling the differences between what I crave and stuff. And only because I went through all of this, you see what I show you in the videos. I think she loves that she's still losing weight. She very much has signs of eating disorder, at least to someone like me who has over a decade of experience with it. Veganism doesn't always start as an ED, although it does usually evolve into one. Yes, that's the problem. That is the problem, guys. So many times it evolves into an eating disorder, even though it might not have started as such. Yeah, physical signs that you are sick enough. Cold or poor circulation, hair loss, teeth or nail damage, aches and pains, skin problems, especially acne also, hormonal, exhausted, can't sleep, can't poop, dizzy, faint, all of these things, guys. I had to deal with pretty much all of them. Again, I screenshotted things that were on offer in order to make myself buy those. You see here, this is sweetened with artificial sweeteners. I did buy the sugar ice cream as well, but I was also very much afraid of artificial sweeteners because they used to bloat me, so I also bought that one. Okay, someone writes under Dunarella's video, I understand, for me it was what helped me the most to truly fully recover was taking a big step back from all the food and exercise topics and relax and challenge old beliefs to find my own individual balance and to eventually gain back my sanity, where food and body and all that was not what my life revolved around. Yes, 100%, I had to do the same. Then Durarella says, I do offer coaching. Get on board and let's go get you finally on track and save you a boatload of time, money, and aesthetics. And like, can you believe it? Like arguing with aesthetics for someone who actually is struggling with exactly that, to accept themselves. It's like the audacity. It's like, just still be obsessed with your body and recover from eating disorder. It's like, not going to happen. Yeah, I want my life back without you in it, without all of the, yeah, you saw it, what was there. If you think you are not sick enough, it shows how sick you truly are. Yes, you are always sick enough for recovery. Sorry, I did not get what the first thing said. This again, I made it a point in eating no black coffee, and that was also, it looked like real coffee, not dandy blend anymore, so I was really tapping into these fears. I do crave melon. I love melon. I just mean in general, I love all fruits. I eat a whole lot of fruit now again, but then that was not the time where I should indulge in this, and I actually also very much ate it because I felt like now I have to eat something healthy. It's always all about like, are you doing this in order to replace something unhealthier or not? Like, I would not have gotten to the point where I am now, where I am feeling I'm very much gravitating more and more to eating more vegan and plant-based and also more whole foods. I only got there because I went through this extreme kind of thing and allowed myself everything. I do not restrict. I have, I did still restrict there. I would have wanted more. This is a raisin bread and I think tahini kind of spread and avocado. I just had to get myself to the point where my brain was convinced I can eat anything without fear, and repeated it as many times as was necessary in order to lose the fear of any type of food. And then that was the first time I was actually able to eat foods for the right reason without any restriction. I was crying there actually because some puppies were dying in the Philippines. For those of you who don't know, we do have a property in the Philippines, and hopefully in January we can go back. This is some pictures there. I saw Teddy there. She also died. Probably, they live outside, probably because they were poisoned by some plant or something, I don't know. I cannot wait to be back. It's been like, don't let me lie, is it like 3 years? The beginning of COVID. These were just pictures that our caretakers sent to us because, yeah, they just regularly, daily send it to us. And, you know, our caretakers are also our friends and they live on the property. And I just miss them so much, and the whole property and the whole climate and the whole culture and the whole way of living, like the hammock life, the beach, the sea breeze, the smells there. Well, now I cannot smell or taste anything, but oh my gosh, the tropical fruits, the durian, most of all the durian. And I just, you know, these were on that day they sent them to us, these pictures, and I just thought I'd include some. We also have a cottage there, our bungalow, which is empty when we're not there. So if anyone is there in the Philippines, let me know. Just write me on Instagram or anything, and we can set up something that you can stay there for very, very cheap. So this is, you know, again, oatmeal. My love for oatmeal is strong. You guys know that. When we were kids, we were told breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But then we get older and started hearing about things like intermittent fasting, which argues for skipping breakfast and waiting till later to have your first meal. As with all my content, I'm not addressing the whole population of the world. She's just arguing that intermittent fasting is not the way to go for people who are in energy deficit and don't have the period and stuff. And that's just something I had to get into, and I had to read and consume in terms of content in order to get myself on track again. Your job in recovery is to eat, rest, and chill the heck out when it comes to food rules. Yes, and that's exactly what I got into at that point in time. I have other posts that go, you know, fasting in the morning means you miss a great opportunity to get your cortisol levels down. And yes, I also feel that, like, I feel like I just need something in the morning. And it's like, how are we so out of tune with our bodies to not be doing that? The most common thing I see women not getting right is restricting their food to get lean. That's just something, you know, I show you these screenshots that I took on that day because these helped me so much to get my mindset right. Of course I should not, that was not the right time to focus on anything like being lean or something, but it actually helped me to eat more, you know, and that's just everything I focus on. I'm not saying don't eat veggies. I love veggies, but stop making them 95% of what you eat. That is a sure way to become malnourished and slow down your metabolism. It's about balance, and eating too many veggies and thus neglecting things like meat, seafood, cheese, eggs, rice, and potatoes is not smart. Yeah, things like that really helped me, you know, get into the real recovery. I was looking at food pictures like this, and yeah, that shows my mental hunger. I just want to say thank you so much. I fell into an ED in September or last year, and it stayed with me for the rest of the year. I had developed amenorrhea. I didn't get medical help, but in January, with the help of a lot of research, I decided I was just going to eat and cut down my exercise a lot. I thought I was binging and I hated myself for it. And then later she got she got her period back. It's just that's usually how it goes. You know, you just have to go through the fear. I showed you the ingredients there because they really scared the heck out of me. I basically bought cheesecake. It's not the same as baking the cheesecake yourself, but that was not a point in time where I felt like I wanted to bake something, because that was too much control for me over the food, and I just needed to buy the most processed supermarket-y food. There are no shortcuts to any place worth going. And it's so true in so many areas of your life, but especially in recovery, you cannot just circumvent the fear and then be recovered. You have to go through it. You have to just go straight, no shortcuts. You have to go through the hard part in order to get through the good part. You cannot skip to the good part, you know. Okay, that was like you know, Instagram music or whatever. These are just some screenshots, you know, of videos that really helped me. You might want to check them out. Many of you ask me why you need to take a full break from exercise and physical benefits. Besides, there are so many reasons why this is important to do. One of those is learning to be okay with sitting still all day. For example, I was enjoying my vacation. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, this is just gold, because I had to learn to be okay with not moving and eating a lot, and that's all, you know, all it is about. Honoring yourself might mean that you have to be the bad guy in someone else's story. Yes, and if people think about you that you let yourself go or whatever, or you got unhealthier because you gained weight, then that is, you know, that is their problem. It's not yours, and it does not mean that you're doing anything wrong. Quite the opposite. These were things I looked at that time. Screenshots of cakes I wanted to eat, mental hunger going strong, but that was not the right time for me to bake it myself, you know. Again, honeydew and watermelon, I love these so freaking much. I am such a carb girl, Carbundance for the win. And I'm so glad when I'm back in the Philippines, where I'm just going to stuff my face with fruit, and especially durian. It's basically the only food that is has a high fat content and high carb content in nature. Pretty amazing, and it tastes like the best dessert on earth. But the thing is, at that point in time, I didn't actually want watermelon or melon per se as much as other foods. I should have started my day with chocolate, Nutella, and like with all of the things that I craved the most. Because yes, you know, I always justified having watermelon, you know, and also yogurt. I was craving much more than watermelon, but you know, because I still loved fruit, I justified that I ate the fruit in the morning, because I felt I had this urge to eat something healthy. But that was not the way to go, guys. That was still restricting. If you are, you know, that was something that changed in real recovery then. This is a big change for me, to be able to make a mistake. Yeah, she actually made a mistake, and now she actually changed her view on that by saying, well, I'm a human, I'm always going to make mistakes somewhere, and I do not have to take it out on my food. Oatmeal and then peanut butter. It could have been much more peanut butter, let's be real here. There's also chocolate, melted chocolate on top. That's great. I mean, that's really great. Also made with plant milk and not with water. You know, it's great, but the thing is, slather it on. Like, I was still so scared of just slathering it on. Like, I would not have made it this way. Well, at least I added some ice cream, vanilla ice cream, and also conventional, not vegan. Pretty sure it's not vegan. Yes, I know for sure. And also then added milk. The thing is, if you need to act in real recovery, you know, this was still, you know, I was flirting with real recovery very much, but it was still very quasi recovery, like what I did in the end, and how I thought about how I acted. And so in real recovery, you need to act like you are not afraid of weight gain, and you are not afraid of too much of calories. Yeah, just some thoughts about that. I had some plant milk, and then, or is it real milk? I don't know. And then pudding, crumble, streusel cake, and also poppy seed coffee cake, like some yeast cake. Love this type of stuff. Sorry for the off photos. And also added butter. Like, this seems to be real butter here. And some milky coffee. Okay, that was some Okay, let's go. Someday you will be able to eat without worrying. Yes. I mean, this is something that when I read that, it just gave me so much hope. And actually, that also happened. I am now able to eat without worrying. Anything in the world that you put in front of me, I will be able to eat without worrying. And that is what I did all of this for. Like, that is also why I had to not be vegan for a long time. But I'm pretty sure, I feel it coming, that I can be vegan in the future again. Someone asks, how can you eat so many calories? Like, what's your expenditure? Because you're maintaining your weight, right? And someone answers, she eats intuitively. Your body will tell you how much you need, and as long as you listen to it, you will maintain your weight. Your body does not need numbers. And then, your creator says, yes, that's how it is. So that's just something I also was interested in. How can these people eat this much calories and stuff? And I could not believe the response that someone gave there, but that's something that I would say now as well. Your body will maintain its weight. You can trust your body. Even with all of these junky foods, by going through the junky phase, by going through eating without restriction, still eating without restriction, I came to know that this is actually true. Here, this creator says, they say that the body does not have the agenda to store excess fat. And that's just something, that just opened my eyes so much, because the body is not interested in having too much weight. Like, its only agenda is to keep you as healthy as humanly possible. And it's so amazing to see that I was actually not craving all of the same foods for the rest of my life, but actually craving more wholesome foods in the last few months, and craving them more and more. And even now, when I'm not having any taste, I am craving, I'm still having the same appetite. And weight actually, how the body reacts to hypermetabolism is all up to an individual's genetics. This can be incredibly triggering to the eating disorder voice. Society and many doctors may tell the individual that something must be wrong with them. Some people may even recommend the very thing the body doesn't need, to restrict calories again. Yes, I mean, you can look up this website and read through the whole article. That's just, you must not stop eating without restriction. Like, when you start restricting again because some professional is telling you to or whatever, then that's exactly, you're just going backwards again. You're just going to delay the point, into the future, where you're going to have to go through all of this again. Because the moment you start restricting again, you are confirming the belief system in your brain again that, we're in a famine and weight gain is bad and there's too much of calories. And yes, I hope this video helped you. If so, please do give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.